where court space for most racket sports is only $27 an hour. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, tennis champ Evert Lloyd, actress Donna Mills, and comedian Paula Poundstone. Also, Dave visits the audience standby line, and a look at small-town news. And now, a man who, when the going gets tough, stays put. David Letterman.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. That's awfully nice of you. I appreciate it. Now, there's normally something over here, isn't there? What happened? There's normally something else over here. What is normally over here? We are missing a camera. Now, what happened to the camera?
Well, remember last week?
Well, no, it was on the blink last week.
Yeah.
Did it, Hal?
Yes, Dave.
What happened to the camera?
Is there a camera missing?
Well,
Dave, I'm just kidding.
it is broken. And will we have it back for the rest of the show?
They sent out for another one, Dave.
and where, like Lambston's, they send out to... Where did they send, Hal?
No, the NBC maintenance department is getting another one. It's
Now-
a holiday, remember that.
That's right. And what a holiday it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's President's Day. Yeah. I guess a lot of you are just beat silly from all that cooking and decorating all day. Now, Hal, let me go back to. I hate to bring this up again, Hal, but in all the years that you've been directing television, is it your feeling that the missing camera will negatively affect the quality of tonight's program?
Not one bit.
Thank you very much, Hal. That's the kind of confidence we like to hear from the control room. We get a good show tonight, and what was I going to tell you? Oh, the sad news for people in New York City. I guess over the weekend it was announced that Richard Todd, the quarterback for the New York Jets, has been traded to New Orleans. I think you can all get a pretty good idea just how sick we are about this. But it was, it was sad. I must say, in the defense of Mr. Todd, he's a fine football player. It's not his fault. He had a bad year. I think it was because of the offensive line didn't really give him the kind of protection he needed. For example, even today at the press conference, he was sacked 3 times. So, Hal, I thought you said the camera wouldn't affect the show. Yeah, me too. I'm sorry, what?
Go a little bit slower.
I'll do what I can, Hal. One of the outstanding one of the outstanding athletes. Well, help me out here, Bill. What else?
She's #2 rated in tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Has a home in Amelia Island, Florida.
What do you have the address?
Right on the beach, Dave.
One of the great players ever in the sport.
I was about to get to that.
All right. Evert Lloyd is here tonight. And a woman, a fine actress from, help me out here too, Bill.
From Knott's Landing.
Knott's
David,
Landing?
a very fine actress and one that I'm sure that you will enjoy meeting tonight.
And where does she live, Bill? She, the lovely, the talented Donna Mills is here tonight. And we have a wonderfully talented, brand new young comedian making her debut on this program tonight. Paula Poundstone is with us. And what is this? We'll talk to some people. Oh, that's right. You probably don't understand this. Every night when folks come into the audience, there is always a group of leftover people who, for one reason or another, don't get into the show, and they're left to roam free in the building and loot. So tonight, tonight we're gonna go up and meet some of these disgruntled audience members who didn't get in. And as it turns out, there's some folks who are in who are disgruntled. But is it Monday? Is that the deal?
Yeah,
Okay. Here's our friend Paul Schaefer. Say hello to Paul. Hi, Paul. Thank you.
Isn't that nice? Thank you very much. Of course, the camera did affect the show a little bit at the beginning because there was a certain band shot that we missed, but...
Oh, you didn't get your band shot?
No. Can we have it now? Do we have time to get a little... Just a little... Yeah, that's what you usually see. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you see... That's how you got to start off the week with a shot of a swinging kind of event.
Is there a holiday in Canada that we don't celebrate here in this country?
Yes.
What is that?
It used to be called Dominion Day.
Uh-huh.
It's no longer called that.
What do they call it now?
Canada Day.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't call it Canada
No,
Day.
it's true. There's some Canadians here, someone from London, Ontario. Canada Day?
What
See
date
that?
is Canada Day? July 1st. And do you have a tree and gifts and stuff?
Some of us just have a lovely menorah with 8 candles.
Now, did you celebrate President's Day today at all?
President's Day? Yes, I started celebrating right away. as I
No, you
always do.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I wasted way too much time for this, or should we get right to it? Get on with it. All right. These are items of interest from small-town newspapers all over the United States. Let's get right to it, shall we? Here's an interesting item from the Benton Evening News in Benton, Illinois. Can you see the headline? Entered home at 1 a.m. to study interior decoration. And the article says, defendant testifies that he entered the home at 1 a.m. to study the interior decoration. A West Frankfort man on trial for alleged home invasion testified today he entered the house in the dark of night to study it because he always wanted to be an interior decorator. And before police could catch him, he had already added several brightly colored throw pillows. Soon be decorating tiny little cells. This was sent in to us from a viewer somewhere in Minnesota, and I'm grateful for it. This comes to us, I believe, from not the obituaries so much as, I think, just something they call the death notices. And I'm sure you can't see that, but there it is under the heading of Sherrick. I'll read it to you. Friends are invited to attend a funeral liturgy at Corpus Christi Catholic Church, Cleveland and Buford Avenues, 1:30 p.m. Sunday, January 22nd. Followed by a Super Bowl polka reception at Dr. and Mrs. Sherrick's home. But, ladies and gentlemen, in light of the circumstances, there will be no fast polkas, all right? It's sad when a loved one goes. Sometimes it's, all right. This is a two-parter. This comes from today's Sunbeam in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. And it says, introducing your Republican candidates. And here we have Mr. Bloxham. Let me see what his name is. Does it say what his name is? Just Bloxham and Ox. These are the two guys who are running for the office of freeholder. Bloxham, he's a small businessman. He is a retired former administrator, active community leader, married, wife, Dot, 3 children. Okay, his running mate, Mr. Ox, he apparently has been stunned. Some blunt object moments before the photo was taken. Anyway, Mr. Ox, also a businessman, okay, retired experience in city government, okay, married, wife, Dot. I've seen their bumper stickers, vote for the guys with the wives named Dot. Okay. This comes to us from the Daily Sentinel Review, Woodstock, Ontario. Oh, Paul, up near your neck of the woods.
Woodstock, Ontario, yes.
Yeah.
Max
We have
Yasgur's
a little...
farm up there.
Where?
Festival. Isn't that where Max Yasgur's farm was? In the
No,
big festival?
This is Canada, Paul, your native
Woodstock,
land.
Ontario, yeah.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, I know. Dominion Day.
Hockey night,
yeah.
all that stuff.
I know.
Wanted. Can you see the ad there? There it is. Wanted ambitious men and women to catch poultry. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly one area where, with a little ambition, the sky is the limit here. Woo! This comes from the Benton Evening News, Benton, Illinois, or as they say in Indiana, Illinois. This is Gary's Lounge and Package, free fish. Thank God, the one thing I used to hate about going to a lounge is you had to bring your own fish. No more free fish there, all right? And here is an item from the Prescott Journal, Prescott, Wisconsin. There's a photo on the front. This is the front page again, remind. And the copy reads, "A frozen 20-pound carp was used to break the rear window of a vehicle belonging to a Monroe Street resident." Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of tragic incident that could ruin a free fish night for everyone. There's foul play here. That's it? That's it? I'm out of stuff. We have no phone call. We have no phone call? I have no phone call here, no. You have a phone call? I have one here. Excuse me, apparently I'm wanted on the phone over there. We have a phone call? Of course we have a phone call. Do we have time to make this phone call? Of course we have the phone call. We have no time to make the phone call. What do you want to do the phone call or? Some more people from PM Magazine. They're sitting back there. Well, let me ask, Barbara, do you want me to make the phone call or not? Oh, I get it. It's a trick. Yeah, I ain't making no call. Okay, we'll get the bomb squad in here. We'll hose down the phone. We have a fine show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get the camera back. Everything will be great. Chris Evert Lloyd is here. And, tell him what else, Bill.
In just a minute.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, so come on back. Thanks, Paul. Thank you very much. Very much. We have some people from PM Magazine. Is it Boston, you said? Boston. They're in the studio audience. That's why I mentioned that they were. You don't need to take their picture. They're on all the time. They have their own show. And they couldn't be having a better time. My first guest tonight is the number 2 ranked women's tennis player in the world. She will be appearing at Madison Square Garden in the Virginia Slims tournament beginning February 28th, running through March the 4th. We are delighted that she could be with us tonight. Please welcome Chris Evert Lloyd. Hello. Hey, nice to see you. Can you sit right there? Or you can sit here. How you doing?
Fine.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks.
I've enjoyed you as a tennis player for many, many years, and I'm happy to finally get to meet you.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're number 2 ranked in the world. This is all done by computer, isn't it? Points and so on.
Yeah,
and so
the
forth?
computer I think is wrong right now. No.
On the blink.
It's done by a computer, and Martina Navratilova is ranked number 1, deservedly so, and I'm ranked number 2.
Now, is it a burning ambition of yours when you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, geez, I have to be number 1 again?
When I wake up in the morning, that's not the first thought that I have to admit.
What is the first thought when you wake up?
Well, let me just say that I get that thought when I'm practicing,
Yeah.
you know, when I'm working 2 or 3 hours and when I'm sweating and I'm going through pain and I think, you know, is this worth it? But it is. If you want to be number 1, it's worth it.
But does it still mean anything to you? I mean, you have won, I don't know what the exact total of purses is, but it's got to be close to $500 million by now. Is it
Close.
Is it still possible to be motivated by the fact that you're the 2nd best, according to the computer, in the world?
Well, it gets harder every year. You know, I think that when I was 16 or 17, I had a little more motivation because I'd never achieved anything. But now that I've achieved what I have, it gets tougher. But I think what keeps me going is the fact that I haven't reached my peak.
Yeah.
You know, I really feel that I could be a better tennis player, so that's what keeps me going.
How much longer do you think you'll be playing?
I have no idea. I mean, I've always taken 1 year at a time. I've never been the type of person that says, okay, 10 years and I'm going to quit and I'm going to, you know, retire
Yeah.
and then I'll be fine. I just take 1 year at a time. I've committed myself to this year. And, you know, physically I think I could play for another 5 or 6 years.
How old are you now?
None of your business. No, I'm 29.
See, isn't it ridiculous that I'm here asking you how much longer you're going to play,
I know.
you're pushing 70 or something,
I know.
and you're only 29. That's unbelievable. But you've been at it quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I started playing when I was 6, and then I started playing women's tournaments when I was about 14 or 15. So it's been a long time.
Yeah. When you play, do you ever get mad on the court to the point where you'll scream or break a racket or, you know, you ever do that?
Not in matches. I mean, I get very angry. I probably get madder than most players because I keep it inside. But in practice, I'm terrible. You know, I throw my racket and I scream and I curse and I'm awful.
And this is just you're mad at yourself because you're not doing what you know you can do?
I think that I'm a perfectionist, so I demand a lot of myself. But I mean, I don't get mad at my opponent, certainly. I just get mad at myself.
Now, what if your opponent is acting up? Say you're playing somebody who is misbehaving. Does that bother you to the point where you might make funny noises, or I don't know what that means exactly, but you know what I'm saying.
I think that the women are a little bit different than the men. I mean, I hate to say that, but I don't think that there are really a lot of women tennis players out there who are bad on the court, you know, and who sulk and who cause scenes. But there's there are a few women that I think are very intimidating to play against, and maybe they play a little bit of mind games.
Like who?
Oh boy, I'm not going to name any names. I'm going to get myself
what about,
in trouble.
Well, let's just with Martina.
No, no. I have to play her this week, hopefully, so I don't want to say anything. But she is a great sport. She's probably one of the most fair players on the tour. You know, she doesn't. There's no cheating. There's no games involved with her. She's
now,
great.
do some players cheat?
No, because, you know, they're linesmen and umpires.
Yeah. Now what about when...
This isn't an amateur sport where, I mean, there are linesmen and umpires and everything is controlled. Yeah. So, you know, you can't cheat. You can't get away with it.
Now, when you're playing somebody like Martina, whenever I've seen her play on television, they always cut to a person who might be doing her coaching, and they say that they may be communicating hand signals and whatever back and forth. Do you feel victimized by any of that?
No. I don't really think that makes any difference because the player has to play the match.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if someone, you know, goes 2 or 3 or, you know, if they have any sort of signals because everybody knows how to beat me, but you have to put it into effect and you have to go out there and do it. And no, it doesn't bother me at all.
And what is the formula for beating you?
Ask Martina.
No, but you're but you're going to do some things with the racket here in a minute, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd like to hit some balls with you.
Oh, great. Chris said, I'd love to do the show as long as I can hit a couple of balls with Dave. All right, we'll do that. We have to do a commercial, and then I will have the rare pleasure of playing tennis with Chris. That's it. Chris and I are now going into the hallway, and do you know exactly what we're going to do?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, and by the way, our camera is back, Chris.
Oh, great.
That's pretty exciting. Come on out here. Now, we're just going to try this. If it isn't great, we're sorry, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, come on. This is our hallway. This is
Where are
the
my
green
rackets?
room. Watch the, I don't know, do we have rackets for this moment? Oh, yes, here we have some here. How do you do? Nice to see you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, no.
Here's some rackets. Here you are.
Which one do you want?
I don't care. Are these the rackets?
That's the bad one, so take that one.
All right, now we go down here. This is a tennis cannon, is this correct?
Yeah.
These were used in the Civil War, as well as a weapon they were used often for recreation. How do you do? When we're done, you guys can play. Okay.
Wait, don't stand so far back.
Oh, are we too far back?
I think so.
Okay, well, fire a couple of, what are we
Boy,
going to...
that thing's going to go, really shoot. Okay.
Well, what are you going to do?
What do you want me to do, hit it? Oh, my God.
minute. Hold it! You all right? Okay, all right, now, with that in mind,
Fast.
is it a little fast?
Can I slow it down? Can't
No.
slow it down? Okay.
It's one-
All right, just keep your racket out like this.
Okay, what do you... No,
you want me to
that's
try
all
to hit one?
right. Yeah, try and... I tell you what, why don't you... Yeah. Why
Oh
don't
my
you
gosh!
Show us the backhand, the two...
The back, okay. Backhand, you get over here. Oh!
All right.
Oh!
That's great.
Okay.
I'll back you up.
All right, now you gotta try it. Okay, you try it. Come on.
Let me... Wish I had a cup. Oh! Susan here.
Close.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Off the pictures.
You're good, Dave.
Am I doing something I should?
No, it's very good. All right, you want me to try?
Okay. All
Go
right.
ahead, try forehand. Forehand.
I can't even see. Excuse me. Oh! Oh, we just got a guy here.
That's good, you're good.
Well, I'm just sort of chopping at him. All right, you do this.
What am I doing? Forehand?
Now, is this faster than you would normally be playing?
This is, I mean, McEnroe doesn't hit the ball this hard.
Now, why couldn't I hit the thing?
Oh, that one, the
Oh!
chance. Oh.
Oh! Boy, a hot grounder up the middle. How are we doing on time?
Yeah, I mean,
We're
are we
done?
going to be out here for an hour or what?
Okay, that's
No.
it. Nice job.
Thank you
very
very much.
impressive. Chris Evert Lloyd, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Turn it on again. Today is Monday. Tomorrow on this program, Brother Theodore will be here, Stupid Pet Tricks, and plenty of other surprises. Oh, also on tonight's program, Donna Mills will be here and comedian Paula Poundstone. This is the segment of the show where we were going to go up and talk to the folks who don't normally get in to see the show, and you consented to go along.
Yeah.
This is sort of like Bob Hope entertaining the troops on the holidays, so we'll go up there. Do you mind taking a few things along? All right, I'll take this. All right, they're waiting in line all day, and sometimes they get in and sometimes they don't. And this will be a group of folks who didn't get in.
You want to take the whole bag?
Take the whole bag, sure, Chris. This is darn nice of you to do this. How do you do? Nice to see you. We'll be going up here. This whole family here made a sign, Chris. They spent several days making this sign.
What is this one?
Isn't that nice?
What does it say?
Yeah, that's
that's
great.
nice.
Hi, nice to see you. How are you? Good to see you. Watch your steps, Chris. Come on up here. Hi, nice to see you. Did you guys send us a letter? Okay, we'll get right to you. Oh, thank you very much, Glenn. Chris, if you can come through here. This is the 7th floor hallway outside of the... yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? Okay. And how do you do? And here, see, now here, these folks were kind enough to stay in line. Ladies and gentlemen, is everybody... How many do we have over here? Hi, can you all kind of squeeze around here? Chris Evert Lloyd would like to say hello. Don't get too close to her. This is Chris Evert Lloyd, folks. Are you enjoying yourselves? Okay. Where are you from?
Lansing, Michigan.
And was this the only television show you wanted to see while you were in New York?
The only one.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And what else have you done besides come here and stand in our hall?
Went to Central Park today.
Anybody else done anything exciting since you've been here? Burger and brew. Geez, how come you didn't get in? What happened? What went wrong?
We were here at 8 o'clock this morning.
And you didn't get in?
No.
Yeah, you got to come several days ahead. The folks who got in were here Thursday morning.
We'll be here early next time.
Well, I don't want you to think you missed anything. Here, do you mind holding that, Chris? Sure. This is, we opened the show with some small-town news now. These are newspapers from all over the country, and I just, for example, here's an ad in this newspaper. I don't know if you can see it. See? Yeah, no, wait a minute. Not it. It says wanted ambitious men and women to catch poultry. Yeah, this is one area where if you really are ambitious, the sky is the limit. All right. Now this one is an ad for Gary's Lounge and Package Free Fish. Now, the reason I quit going to lounges is because you always had to bring your own fish. Yeah, I think we got the right audience. And then here we, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a picture of a frozen carp. See that? Yeah. Man actually went slack-jawed when he saw a frozen carp. A frozen 20-pound carp was used to break the rear window of a vehicle belonging to a Monroe Street resident. See, now, it's one ugly incident like this that could ruin free fish night for everybody. Oh, hi, Donna. Hi. This is Donna Mills, ladies and gentlemen. Donna, why don't you stand right over there with Mrs. Chris?
Good job. Hi, Donna.
No, just stand right there. We want to. She'll be on the show a little bit later. And
Sorry, I feel like
no,
an
we
idiot.
have some gifts here. We have for each of you folks. We have the real people T-shirt. There you go. Thank you, Donna. And do we have any blotters or anybody having any trouble with a backhand or anything you'd like to ask Chris about?
Sponges? Do you think I have a future in this or what?
Well, do I have a future in this is the question. All right, here's some sponges. There you go, and the T-shirts. Now, is Paula going to join us or not? Paula is joining. Okay, hi, Paula.
Hi, how you doing?
Nice to see you. This is Paula Poundstone. She's the comedian who's going to be on a little later, and you're getting a nice hand.
Thanks very much.
Now, Paula, do you have one joke out of your act that you could share with us up here?
One that's, this is, so there's a little preview.
Yeah, well, these people are not going to get to see it at all.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
It wasn't my decision. Hey, I don't make the rules. Could happen to anybody, but it didn't. It happened to you. Just my way of cheering you up just a little bit. Geez, I'm trying to think. Well, of course, I'll be doing probably the hostess apple pie joke.
Oh, great. Could we hear a little of that?
Sure. Okay. I'll be saying, you know, that, yeah, I just finished the pie before I came on. I'm still kind of high from the riboflavin.
Hey, there you go. Very nice, Paula. We'll look forward to that. Thank you very much. Chris, thanks for all of your help. And Donna, we'll be seeing you a little later. Thank you for being up here. All right, these are the folks who couldn't get in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm awfully sorry. You each get an invitation. Thank you very much. My next guest, you saw her up in the hallway a few moments ago, is Abby Cunningham on the series Knots Landing. She has quickly become one of the most hated characters on television, primetime television. It's a pleasure to welcome. There's several categories of most hated people on TV. This is primetime. Please welcome Donna Mills. Hi, Donna. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Do you know Paul Schaefer?
Hi, Paul.
Come on, come over and meet Donna.
Sure, Paul. Come on over and say hello to Donna. Where are you from?
Chicago.
You're from Chicago? Paul is from Thunder Bay.
I work on this show. I am such a big fan of yours. I think you are just fabulous.
I'm a fan of yours, too.
And I'm thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
But I got to get out of here.
That's about it, Paul.
Yeah, I can't.
Why don't you just wrap it up?
I'll be over there. You know,
Okay. I'll wait.
maybe later. Okay.
I know that Paul has been pestering me all day about meeting you.
Yes.
Now, is this correct? You're one of the most hated characters on primetime television?
That's me.
Now, explain how this happens. Tell me about your character and why are you so hated?
Well, you see, I like her. You know, I mean, people think that she does all kinds of bad things and all that, but...
Now, like what kind of things does she do?
Well, I mean, just because she steals Valeen's husband away, right? And she marries Gary for his money. Then she takes his money, and builds a multi-million-dollar hotel complex that he doesn't want her to build. And then she has an affair with a senator to get the variance in order to build the hotel complex.
Zoning problem there, huh?
Yeah. And then she gets involved with the white-collar mafia. There's no reason to hate her.
No.
Uh-uh.
Now that's the stuff that you do?
Yeah.
Now tell me about this show. This was a spin-off from Dallas,
Yeah.
right? Now see, I must,
I know.
I have not seen this program.
I heard.
Yeah. Now it's because I got a lot of personal problems. So I don't. It's the runaway hit of the decade, and I feel like a jerk not having seen it. I feel like a jerk for many reasons. So this was a spin-off of Dallas.
Yes.
Now were you on Dallas originally?
No, I wasn't on Knots Landing the first year that it was on. Knots Landing, the name Knots Landing is the name of a cul-de-sac where the whole thing used to take place. It doesn't so much anymore, but and one character, one of the Ewing brothers,
Right.
lived in that cul-de-sac, one of J.R.'s brothers, and that's how the spin-off happened, because he lived there.
So this does take place in Texas.
No.
Oh, it doesn't take place in Texas.
No.
Okay.
It takes place in California, Southern California. It's supposed to be sort of like in Manhattan Beach, someplace like that.
Yeah. Now, do you get a lot of hate mail because of these nasty things you've done? Do people have difficulty separating the real you from the character and
No,
stuff?
you know what's strange? People like the character.
Oh.
All those things that she does,
Yeah.
they seem to like her. Yeah.
Well, that means the morals of this country are crumbling, doesn't
Right,
it?
yep.
So you get a lot of decent support mail from folks saying, keep up the good work.
Yeah, well, people...
Sleep with as many senators as you want to.
You betcha. Yep.
All right.
No, people seem to, they say, I don't like the way Abby goes about things, but I like her guts, you know?
You sure can't argue with the results, but we're not crazy about how she does it,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
Let me address myself to what probably is an ugly memory for you here.
Certainly is, David. You're going to bring it up.
All right, we have here a picture of you on the cover of the 53rd anniversary issue of The Hollywood Reporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here it is right there. A beautiful picture, a lovely woman in a lovely gown. All right, now, the same week, on the cover of the Gala Holiday issue of Los Angeles Magazine, we have Linda Evans. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the same dress?
Oh, God, David, it's so painful.
Woo! Now, I guess these were on sale that week. Is that
Yeah.
big sale at the Broadway?
That's
And
right. I mean, we didn't know, but we both bought it, you know,
now,
marked down.
you really bought the dress? It's not one of those where you go in and take a picture and the guy says, there's something on a rack back there, slip into it and we'll take your picture.
No, it's actually, it's a designer gown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real expensive gown. And the designer, who's a friend of both of ours, loaned it. Well, he made it originally for Linda, for something that she didn't use it for. Then he loaned it to me, and then she wanted to use it afterwards, so he made another one for her, because he cut it down for me. Linda's taller, bigger than I am, so he cut it down for me, so it didn't fit her anymore. So he made her another one, and didn't know that we were both going to use it for a photo session, and they came out the same day, the magazines.
Now,
Neither one of us knew.
Was anybody upset, mad, lawsuits here? Anybody?
Oh, yeah, big, major. No. Linda and I are friends, and, you know, we both laughed about it. We really thought it was funny. We always call each other now before we do anything.
Well, that's a good
make
idea.
sure we're not wearing the same thing.
Now, can I ask you what that dress was worth, just off the...
About $6,000. What? Borrowed it. I borrowed it. I didn't buy it.
Oh, so it actually is the same dress. It's not just two of the same dress. It's the same dress.
It's the exact same design. He made another one for her.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, but the one that I was wearing there is in his shop.
Have you, I noticed recently a lot of articles about you. People want you to get married. They think that you ought to get married. They want to know when you're getting married. Have you read that?
Yes, there's been there are some magazines that are reporting that I'm getting married any minute. There are other magazines that are reporting that I have totally broken up with my boyfriend and it's no more.
Now, are you getting married? Have you ever been married? Let's start there.
Oh, ever.
Have you ever been married?
No.
And you don't know about getting married, but why are they so interested in it? What do they care?
I don't know.
You know, I got to tell you, this is very disturbing. I can see right into your blouse.
Oh.
Stop that.
Notice how long he took before he told me.
Well, yeah. What are you doing in town? You working?
my blouse.
You're buttoning your blouse. Well, take an 8-man crew
David.
working all day to get that buttoned. meant. I'm sorry. I don't know what it meant. I don't know what it meant.
Bizarre thing to say.
I know, it was bizarre. Geez, it's a pleasure meeting you. Now that you're dressed, I know you have to be going, but...
I was hoping you'd ask me to stay, but...
well, come back and see us, and congratulations on all your success, and I'll start watching this show, honest to goodness. I just am on the road a lot.
I know.
Yeah. I really am.
You'd like it, though.
I'm sure I'd love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I like you. You're terrific.
Thank you.
Very much, Donna. We'll be right back with Paula Poundstone. My next guest is a very talented comedian. She opens tomorrow night right here in New York City at Caroline's, making her first appearance on this program. Actually, you saw her a few minutes ago up in the hallway. Please welcome back Paula Poundstone. Paula.
Thanks very much. Thanks. I love the young people's music. I always have. So I'm in a pretty darn good mood tonight, and you? This is a big thrill for me being in New York City. I was raised in New England, but I never actually got to come here before. We've been kind of a medium-sized family. My parents got kind of carried away with the letter P when they were naming the kids in our family. There's me, Paula, and then there's Peggy and Patty and my brother Jimmy, spelled with a silent P. And of course, my youngest sister, Pinata, was actually beaten to death by a gang of festive Mexicans. Probably our fault for dangling her from the ceiling like that. They were blindfolded. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. It's kind of a... My dad was a real nice guy. He never yelled at us or disciplined us or anything for several years. It turned out he was actually in a little coma. So finally, one day he was driving us someplace, and my sister Patty and I were in the back seat, and she did something to make him mad. I believe she knifed him. And he was peeved. He did one of these into the back seats. Remember these from your dad when he's driving? Sometimes he'd fake this way and come around. That was kind of unfair. This particular time he hit me, and I hadn't actually done anything, but heck, I was willing to take a couple of blows just to jumpstart the guy. Figured we could work on aim and justice later. The important thing was he had the actual motor skills to be a dad. We were proud. He was never a real strong, disciplined guy. He tried, but he was just kind of a wimpy guy, really. One time in high school, I came home late, and he was all mad. He said, "You are grounded." Now, honey, how does that work? I didn't want to stop him from disciplining, so I said, "Well, Dad, means I can't come home till after 2. Lady would notice me being sarcastic and get even more mad. Give me one of these. "Young lady, I'm afraid I do not like that tone of voice." Say, "Dad, don't be afraid. You're a big guy." Certainly nothing to be afraid of here. When my mom would get really, really mad, she would say, "Your butt is my meat." Not a particularly attractive phrase. She would say that, though. She would, in front of people and everything. "Your butt is my meat." I always wondered, what wine goes with that? Sensitive. I try to care. I actually think I do try to be a nice person. It's not always possible. The other day, I went to make a left turn with my car, and I almost hit 3 kids. Because it was in the middle of rush hour traffic, and I thought to myself, they were right in the way. I said, you know, the odds of there being 3 more kids born are so much greater than the chances of my never having another opportunity to make a left. Sorry. Perhaps I should take cabs for public safety, because I'm not a good driver. But, I don't like to take cabs because I don't know how much to tip the cab drivers. I tip them until they don't look mad anymore. Because I'm really afraid of people. I don't want anybody to get mad ever. I'm kind of a paranoiac, really. The other day I was watching the Brady Bunch on my television. The sound went out. I thought they were talking about me. Could have sworn I saw Marsha Brady call me a dork. I think if Marsha calls you a dork, you may as well just throw in the towel. I feel so weird right now. To be honest with you, the entire room is like shifting back and forth, and I'm sure it's not something you people choreographed earlier. I just finished a Hostess apple pie before I came on. You probably heard that earlier. I am really spacey, though. I don't know. I just got to finish it, so I'm still kind of high from the riboflavin. Thank you. Do you ever put the vacuum on your cat's face? No, because they will not always come when they are called. And so I think if you can use that suction, it works as kind of a little learning device for them. And, what you can do is you can, like, stretch its little face out, make it into a dog. You can do... Probably a good thing I don't have kids. Because they'll fill that bag up right away, and I don't have kids, and I probably never will, because, well, I don't know, I just probably never... Well, I could have an immaculate conception. That might happen. No, because God thinks I'm a fox. Kidding. I don't even believe in God. I'm a devout atheist. I still go to church. I'm not a heathen. I go to an atheist church. We have crippled guys who stand up and testify that they were crippled, and they still are. Well, listen, you've been a very nice crowd. I thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thanks very much, sir.
You're very funny, very pleasant young woman. Thank you for being here. What kind of parents do you have? Seriously, now your dad sounds like an okay guy.
I think my dad's like a normal dad. He's Mr. Average American.
Uh-huh.
He is. He's got incredibly white legs.
Is that good for a dad?
Oh, yeah. Don't you remember how incredibly white your dad's legs were? In the summertime, my dad wears his Bermuda shorts, and he thinks he's looking real good. All the neighbors are wearing, like, sunglasses and stuff. Because you can do damage. It's like looking into an eclipse or something. We could only look at my dad's legs through a special box my science teacher had made.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, it's not a huge inconvenience, because you really don't want to look at your dad's legs that often,
That's
but
true.
still.
But safety first.
That's the thing.
Paula, please come back and see us another time.
Well, thanks
You're
very much. I
terrific.
had a great time.
Well,
Thank
thank you. We had a nice time also. We'll be right back. Okay, we're all out of time, but gosh, didn't we have plenty of fun tonight? You betcha. I want to thank everybody who was here, Chris, Evert Lloyd, Donna Mills, and of course, Paula Poundstone, Bill and Paul and everybody. Tomorrow, Brother Theodore will be here. Have you ever seen Brother Theodore?
I haven't.
Oh, what a piece of work. And also, Stupid Petrix. Have a nice night. Good night, folks.